Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Boink Studios, and check us out on boinkstudios.com, where you can see all of our projects, past, present, and future. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. We're back here once again on Facebook Live. Glad you are with us. We're also recording today. The show will post on YouTube and is always available on boinkstudios.com. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. This is episode number 105, and yes, we're moving right along here on Facebook Live. We want to thank everyone for joining us here, of course, and for coming back each and every week. Much thanks to Heidi Ryan and the whole crew at Wrestling Rumors for giving us this platform. We do greatly appreciate it. That's my Corey Graves. You like that? He didn't copyright it. Shut up. So episode number 104 was Brie Bella, Samoa Joe, and WWE Hot Topics, no pun intended. We discussed the Brie Bella controversy with the Liv Morgan concussion and Samoa Joe's potential involvement at Super Showdown, which I believe is indeed going to happen. And that segues into today's topic. But guess what? I am not going to talk about that right now because I'm going to say hi. Someone said cheers to all the stoners out there. Wow, really? I didn't know I attracted a stoner audience. Perhaps I do. Everyone's saying hi. Someone just said love the show. James just said love the show. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. I'm getting some thumbs up. That's cool. Someone just asked if Ambrose is going to turn Beal anytime soon. I don't know if he's going to turn Beal. He could turn heel, possibly. I tease. Relax. It's no offense, man. Toledo. Holy Toledo. What's up? Let's see. I'm going to try something different. Watching from Miami. What's up? North Carolina in the house right here. I'm going to attempt to this time keep up with the comments on the Facebook, on the Google machine. I don't know why I call it that. Everyone calls it that because everyone's just trying to be cute, aren't they? Trying to be clever. It's on the laptop. All right? Leave me alone about it, please. Hey, from Houston, Texas. What's up? Undertaker will beat Triple H. People are already talking about it. So let's discuss it, shall we? Let's just do this. This time, the main event is WWE Super Showdown. That's right, folks. The Australian event is coming up tomorrow, Saturday, October 6th. And in terms of, I don't know where you are in the world right now, okay? But in terms of here in the States, it's going to be at like 5 a.m., I believe, in the morning. I'm not going to be up at 5 a.m. watching this. I keep late hours, but I'm usually in bed at least by 4, 3 to 4 o'clock, right? So yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, Bubba Ray used to call it the Google machine. Yeah, I kind of stole it. My apologies. So, yeah, someone else just called me on that too. It's cool. Let's see. Sally, I pre-ordered my WWE 2K19 Woo Edition from Best Buy. Now I don't get it today. They say I may have to wait till November the game out. Wow. See, I used to pre-order the game off on a rant here. I used to pre-order the WWE 2K game every year myself. But it's hard for me to get my kid interested in playing it. He'll play it with me sometimes. But it's a tough sell. My kid's really into Fortnite. Please don't get me started. I try not to be a stick in the mud when it comes to such things, because honestly, people looked at me in that way as well once upon a time when I was doing nothing but reading comic books every day of my life. At that point, people looked at me funny. What are you doing that? What's that about? So I'm not gonna bag on my kid too hard for playing Fortnite. However, I will say I don't get a lot of it. So there you are. There's my social commentary on today's kids. Kids today, I'm going to shake my fist at them and tell them like Eastwood, get off my lawn, right? Okay, sorry. Taker needs to retire on top. Yeah, someone just said their son is into Fortnite as well. Yeah, it's crazy. Greg Lancaster. Wow, watching the entire event tomorrow. Get my grub, drink, smoke, and freak on. Don't no one ask him what he's talking about. That's his business. It's a free country. I don't know where he's at. This is a free country. If you're watching from a communist country, keep up the good fight. Okay? We're with you. I mean, as much as we can be with you from a small studio in North Carolina. So, it's cool. Let's talk about Super Showdown. Are you guys ready to dive into this? Because you know you are. I know I am. Again, episode 105. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us today. It's awesome. I'm digging this, and I'm looking forward to this. Let's go ahead and talk about this. We're gonna run down the match card. You guys tell me what you think. Who you got? I like to play a game called Who You Got. All right? I'm sure that's probably stolen as well. It's hard to not take something that's already been done. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of how the world works these days, whether you mean to or not. People are talking about Taker and stuff. Do you want to start off? You want to start off with the main event? Because you know it's going to be the main event. Screw it. Let's do it. This is what I say. The Undertaker versus Triple H. Kane will be in the corner of the dead man, while Shawn Michaels will be in the corner of the game. Let's see. Why does Taker need to retire on top? Dave is upset again, folks. Shawn, Flair, and Foley all lost their last matches, but no, Taker should not retire winning a match. Taker should retire on his back, as we all thought he was going to against Roman. But you know, maybe that is what the company believes is going out on his back. The fact that he's already done the job to Roman and sort of passed the invisible torch of leadership, the matrix of leadership, as it were, the Autobots matrix of leadership has been passed from Optimus Prime to Rodimus Prime. Actually, it was passed to Ultra Magnus, if you want to get specific. So, I know, it's goofball nerd over here. My apologies. So maybe that's how the company views it, that he's already done the job. And now he gets to go out whenever he wants to in whatever fashion he wants to. I would say it's safe to assume that Taker has called a shot. I've written this a couple of times this week. I think Taker's called his own shot. He's the Babe Ruth in those terms. He's called his own shot. I agree with you. He should go out on his back. And if you ask Taker how he wants to go out, I would say he'd probably agree with you. I don't know how much of this is entirely his call, how much input he has. It's safe to say that actually he's the one that is calling the shot, as I said, and he's the one that's going to dictate how this happens. That's my guess. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm with you. I think that he should go out on his back. Michaels will interfere, setting up a rematch with Taker at Mania. Mania is a ways off. Raised Vegas. I like that name. Yeah. Someone said I look like Dean Ambrose. Wow, interesting. Thanks, Ryan. I've been hit with not Dean, but someone else. And now I can't remember who it was. I like Dean. I like Dean a lot. I wrote about Dean. I watched a montage of Dean's funniest moments. And I have to tell you, I sort of miss Lunatic Fringe, because the guy we're getting now is not the Lunatic Fringe. Can we be honest? It's just not. I don't dislike him. I'm just saying it's not the same guy. But thanks. So, let's see. What is the point of this? What's the point of what, Noah? The match itself? Is that what you're speaking about? Money, my friend. People got to get paid. They got to get paid. Imagine this. And I'm talking to all you in the States right now. Every one of you not in the States right now, maybe you can chime in. Wherever you are in the world, if you're not in the United States, chime in and give me your feedback. I'm curious. But every one of you in the States, hear me out on this. We've kind of seen... there was a phone call. Did you guys hear any ringing or anything? Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's all the time. It is all the time. If there was any sound, it will be edited out. I assure you. My apologies for any blips that just happened. My God in heaven. Unbelievable. So anyway, statement to the stateside fans. we have been watching Taker. We've been watching the veterans. We've probably gotten to see them live. If you're fans, you've probably been to live events. You've maybe lived during the Attitude Era, or you at least are familiar with it. You've seen this stuff for a long time. I'm not saying it's old hat, but you can see it. But if you're a fan in Australia, if you're a fan in England, yes, there's opportunities. Yes, WWE does the foreign tours. I get it. The European tours and stuff, I get it. But it's not as accessible. I mean, am I wrong on this? Call me out if I am. It's fine. We'll discuss it. But for all of us who sit back and say, whoops, I'm tired of this. Maybe folks outside this country are not so tired of it. Do you know what I'm saying? So if WWE can have the opportunity to take the show, to take all the boys and girls, and to take some legends with them to run these shows in these other countries, let's put yourself in that position and say, if you're in the other country, don't you want to see this live? Wouldn't it be cool to see Undertaker live? I mean, I'm not saying that's the only reason to do it. And of course, there's drawbacks to doing that as well. But at the same time, I mean, I kind of see where the company's coming from. If you can put, even if the guys are retired or they're part-time or whatever, they need to start putting every new talent, because the old stars are going to be there forever. Well, they won't be there forever. We're all getting older, my friend. All of us. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, they're not going to be able to go anymore. I get your point, though. But see, that opens up a different argument. And I've been writing about this for the past 2 days straight, man. That opens up a different argument of, can today's talent do what the company needs them to do and take the company where it needs them to take it? And if the answer is no, then why is the present crew on top in the first place? It's sort of a catch-22 situation. Dave says Australia's star for wrestling, they will eat it up. But your fan base is here in the States. Nobody wants to see this match, and the card itself is just not that good. I say give it a chance. I think the match itself will be fine. I'm not saying it'll be 5-star, it'll be legendary or anything like that. But I would say give it a chance. Bring back Goldberg, he can still go. Goldberg can still go, that's for sure. But if you watch the doc that was on WWE Network, he had a heck of a time getting himself physically ready, mentally ready, and making everything happen. It's not an easy thing at that age for anyone to get back in the ring. It's not an easy thing for a 20-year-old to get in the ring and make it happen, to be honest. They might make it look easy, but a lot of times it's not. So, I don't know why. Someone just said, why am I getting mad? Yeah, I don't know. Because some moron out there likes to be cute. Here's my challenge to the moron, and he's too much of a coward to do this. No disrespect. Actually, there's much disrespect intended. Anyone sending the mean faces, be a man and speak like a man. And if you don't have the ability to do that, piss off. Sorry, just how I feel. I'm all for debate. I don't back down from anyone. Never have, never will. If you got something to say, be a man. Say it. Otherwise, go keep playing Fortnite or whatever it is you're doing in your parents' basement. Just saying. Jeff says WWE has to give the young stars a chance that keep beating the same bush. Good point. Someone just mentioned Finn. Finn's not even booked. What? Right? I mean, as of right now, I checked like an hour ago. I didn't see Finn on the card. Finn's not booked. So, Angry Tom, I like it. Grr. I'm telling you, shaking my fist at people. I'm telling you, that's what I do. So, you have no idea. I'm a nice guy here. I'm not such a nice guy all the time. That's not something you should brag about. I should probably get help for that. I'm just saying. So yeah, I don't know why Finn's not booked. Finn's a whole different topic, man. We could talk about that cat all day long. Maybe we'll do a Finn Balor episode here on the show at some point. I think the Saudi Arabia show is weird and dead crowds. We will be right into it tomorrow. Carl, are you in Australia, my friend? Because you said we will be right into it tomorrow. Who's going to Super Showdown? And don't play with me. Be honest. Because we shoot straight here on the show. No working the crowd, folks. Who's going to see Super Showdown live tomorrow? Anyone? That'd be cool. I'm going to see Monday Night Raw in Charlotte, North Carolina, October 29th. And I just got tickets to go see Ring of Honor January 13th in Concord. I'm taking my kid to both of those shows. We're looking forward to it. We got to get us some Ring of Honor t-shirts because, as you know, your boy here's got all WWE shirts. But we're going to fix that. So, because we got to represent. I told my kid he should wear the Roman Reigns t-shirt to the Ring of Honor show just to piss everyone off, right? Wouldn't that be fun? Just pop everybody. I'd love that. In fact, I may even encourage him to do it. I'm like, kid, wear your Roman Reigns shirt and your unicorn horn. Your new, because he's got one. He had to have one. I say let him do it. It's a free country, pal. Let's tick off all the the arrogant indie fans. I'm not saying they're all arrogant. I'm just saying that some of them are. God, what is the word I'm looking for? So much for being the writer in the crowd, huh? Snobs. There it is. Snobs. Thank you to whoever said that or thought it. Just hope Viz sends a dove enough to give the title back to Lesnar. Thank you, Jenny, for the comment. Yes. Let's book the match between you and Angry Emoji Guy. That's funny. I like that. I don't know who it is. I'm getting some smiles now. I think someone just has fun. I don't know what's going on. Hey, I've been in the ring before. I'm not scared of it. It hurts. I don't know if I care to get, thrown around at this point. But, yeah, I've been in the ring. So, whoever this guy is, maybe he'll bump and feed. We'll find out. Or maybe we won't. Yeah, I'm not going to mention names. You guys take it for what you want. But, you listen to other podcasts and these guys are actually getting in the ring and stuff and they promote it on their shows. And I'm like, I don't know. Go with God. Have fun, I suppose. But to me, I'm like, I had my time in the business. It was fun. I don't really have time to do it now. Do you know what I mean? Too much else going on. I love doing this with you guys. It's too much fun. So, who's going over? Triple H or Undertaker? I would have to say it's a safe bet that Undertaker goes over. That's what I think. Someone suggested earlier that Shawn cost Taker the match, setting up Shawn versus Taker. Samoa Joe has hinted, we talked about this last week on the show, Samoa Joe has hinted that he could be an insurance policy for Triple H. Don't know if that's going to happen or not. They seem to have only teased that one time and then let it go. So I have no idea. Yeah, Triple H. Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Chet said Stone Cold with a whole bunch of exclamation marks, which brings up an interesting point. There's rumors abounding right now online, as it were, that Stone Cold Steve Austin is training for an in-ring return. Of course, we've been hearing that for 15 years. I'm just saying. I don't know how I feel about that. Austin, Triple H to win. Austin's GM on Raw soon. Austin's had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after more opportunity to come back, and he's chose not to do that. I love Austin. I do. I'm a huge fan of Steve Austin. Always have been, probably always will be. I don't know. I'm all back in. Someone just said, what's been covered? We're just talking about Super Showdown. We're talking about we went ahead and, swept right past everyone else, went straight to the main event, Triple H and Undertaker. Let's see. I train at Midwest Championship Wrestling. Oh, Ryan knows. The ring hurts, my friend. So the first time I ever took a bump, I'm laying on my back, and I had the wind knocked out of me. There's so many things you got to do to take a bump. You got to tuck your chin. I had one guy say, keep your mouth closed. I'm like, why? I said, because you could bite your tongue. I said, oh, good to know. And they said, don't keep your mouth closed. This another guy said, don't keep. And I'm like, why? Because you could break a tooth. Jeez, there's too much to remember, man. Like, I got to remember all this and also make it look like it hurts, which is not hard to do because it hurts. So the first time I took a bump, I'm laying flat on my back, and it's like a movie. You're looking up, like the camera is you. You're looking up at the bright lights, and two guys' heads appear over me and go, are you all right? It's funny. Not so funny because it hurt, but funny in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, hard way to make a living. Seth Rollins is the best in our era, someone just said. We can always circle back to Undertaker and Triple H. We can talk about, because someone just brought Seth up. By God, let's segue. Sound good? Sounds great. The Shield versus Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. The Dogs of War. It doesn't matter whether or not WWE wants to call them that. They said them one time. He said it. Braun Strowman said it one time on TV, and we all ran with it. Want to know why? Because it's cool. And it's a great little nickname. Are you the only one that loves Elias? Yes. Moving on. Playing relax. Yeah, so the Shield versus the Dogs of War. How are we feeling about this? I don't really think it matters who wins or loses. Does anyone care? I don't think it really matters. You can give me who you think. I don't think you really care who wins or loses. The big story in this match is who's going to make the turn. Everyone thinks it's going to be a heel turn, but what if it's a face turn? Wouldn't that be interesting? Here's something that it's sort of a offhanded thing here, but here's an interesting side note. WWE, in particular Vince McMahon, and he's the only one you should care about because he runs the show, right? He loves the heel champion. He loves the heel world champion. Why? Because it's drama. Because it gives the babyface something to chase. When you have a babyface world champion, it's not as dramatic. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not as intense. It's not as click-worthy. It's not much of a ratings grabber, right? There's 2 babyface champions in WWE right now. Tommaso Ciampa. And I'm determined to pronounce his name correctly because so many of us butcher it every day. Tommaso Ciampa. That's it. Okay? Ciampa's like the only heel champion they have, right? Talking about world champion. He's it. He's it. Because even Cedric Alexander's a babyface. Not world champion. You notice what I'm saying? The champion of the brand. You get where I'm coming from? That's where I'm coming from. So, someone just said, I live in Daytona and see Nash a lot in my restaurant. Chet, what's up? Get Nash's autograph. Tell Nash to watch Tom Clark's main event because he's missing out if he's not. I'm just saying. Funny because Nash was going to be the number 2 overall draft pick that year behind Magic Johnson. Am I wrong? Was it Magic? Who am I thinking of? Maybe it was Magic. I can't remember. And he blew his knee out. Don't quote me on that. That's the story I've always heard. Someone Google that. But that's what that sounds a little lofty, but I swear to God that's what I heard. So yeah, who is going to go heel or go face in that match? Everyone thinks Dean's going to go heel. It makes a lot of sense, complete sense. But now WWE is teasing it, and because they're teasing it, they talk about it all the time now. They got it on the network, and they got it on WWE.com, and on YouTube channel. Whatever. Now I don't believe it. As soon as the company says it, I tend not to believe it. Why is that? Because you can't trust the company. Because it's a pro wrestling company. Their job is to work you. The guys and gals in the ring, their job is to work you. That's what they're there to do, folks. So you can't believe it. Once they say it, I would believe the opposite. So now I don't think Dean will turn. I think it'd be surprising, not surprising. Maybe at this point it'd be kind of disappointing if Dean turns. Can I be honest with you? That's just me talking. So, yeah, exactly. Too obvious. I see no heel turn. I'll go with that. Drew will go face. I like Drew too much as a heel. What if Dolph goes face? Here's the problem with Dolph going face. No one would even trust him. No one would believe it, first of all. Dolph is so, wishy-washy when it comes to that stuff. Not through no fault of his own. It's just how it goes, how he's booked, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's going to turn in this. I think they're going to keep stretching that storyline out. I think they'll make it to the point where someone has to turn because of all the drama that's happened in between. Maybe. Roman Reigns should go heel. Not happening. Next topic. Sorry, man. I just don't ever see it happening. Dogs of War versus Shield versus Baron Corbin and AOP. Interesting match. Corbin needs some work. Not necessarily talking about in the ring. I'm talking about on the mic. It's kind of painful to listen to a Baron Corbin promo. No disrespect. I'm not getting anything out of it, really. It's not really working for me. So, yeah, he flipped too many times. Talking about Ziggler? Absolutely. Finally, a Cena or Roman heel turn. Not Roman, no. Cena looks great, by the way. Guy's a freak of nature. He's a machine. My God in heaven. Yeah, Dave just said Roman is turning. Get over it, people. How about Rock's daughter here in Orlando? Corbin is awful. Man. Let's see. Man, someone named Catherine, I think, is hitting us with some nonsense. Our planet is being inundated with fog. Here's the thing, Catherine. If you're going to hit us with nonsense, learn how to spell, my friend. This is terrible. Wow. Yeah. Spell check for Catherine. Everyone tell Catherine to go get some spell check. Yeah. Interesting. I think we found our culprit with the faces. And I'm not into intergender wrestling. I don't believe in it. Back to the show. And now, back to the show. Let's see. Bray Wyatt will return soon and get repackaged. How will he be repackaged? Joe, excellent question. I don't know. Bray should be character babyface. It's what he should have been from the beginning. He should definitely be that way now. If you're going to repackage Bray, I wouldn't stray too far from the original concept. You know, just like you can take the Undertaker's character over the years and tweak it to make it fit the times, you can do the same thing with Bray. Just tweak it. Don't change it altogether. Just tweak it. That's what I'm saying. Grammarly for Catherine. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. Okay, so like I said, we can always circle back. We can move on if you want to. Someone just said Strowman pulls the stunner and not literally. That'd be fun. Strowman pulls a stunner and turns on Drew and Dolph. I don't know if anybody would buy that now. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a sweet, different direction. I don't know if anybody would buy it. Let's zip on down the card since we started from the top down. How about you guys want to talk about AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe? Okay, cool. Tristan, someone just chat talking about Tristan Nash. Send love to you from it. All right, cool. Thanks much. What's going on with Kurt? The rumor, Joe, is that Kurt is training for a return to the ring. And I've read some further rumors that speculate that it will be Team Corbin versus Team Angle at Survivor Series. Don't know if there's any truth to that or not. Yeah, Jay just mentioned Bray and Nikki. Man, people love to see them some Bray and Nikki together, don't they? They just think it's the coolest thing ever. Maybe it would be. So Samoa Joe's going to win. Alan says Samoa Joe's going to win. Who agrees with Alan that Samoa Joe is your next WWE champion? That's a good question. Here's what I know about Joe. Joe's going to bring everything he has because Joe always brings everything he has. Just like AJ will do the exact same thing. These guys are off the charts every time they work. It's very physical. It's very bruising. It's very punishing. It's very in-your-face style for both these guys. Hey, Joe, thanks much, man. AJ Styles for the win, RJ says. I like that. I'm okay whoever wins. Do I think that Joe has earned it? I do. I think that it's time that Joe took it. I think that this entire thing could end with AJ winning it back, but I think that giving the belt to Joe at this point in time is akin to giving the belt to Tommaso Ciampa in NXT. You know what I mean? People talk about, well, with Ciampa, will they really let him run that character on the main roster? They don't have to. Joe's going to run it right now. How's about that? That's what I say. I mean, they're not calling me to ask my opinion, but if they did, I would say, Vince, what's up? Tom here. So, why don't you just go ahead on and book Joe like you're booking Ciampa? Book it. Make it happen. Joe should get a run, but AJ's on a roll. Can't argue that either. Let's see. Styles had a great run, but there needs to be a heel champ. Yeah, Alan, I'm sure. I'm sorry. I'm with that. Jenny said, I never liked Samoa Joe. Jenny, everyone say boo to Jenny. Boo and hiss at Jenny. Jenny, why do you not like Samoa Joe? Samoa Joe is one of the best big men of all time, in my opinion. I think that's how he'll go down. He may not be tall. I'm talking about, big in terms of big, right? I believe he is. Joe's due for a run, Bob says. I agree with Joe. Excuse me with Bob. I agree with Joe also. Let's see. What about the Buried Alive man? I don't know. What's the rumor for Buried Alive? Got to be Taker, I assume. I don't know if it'd be Taker and Shawn. Interesting. Someone just said Joe's one of the best. Yes. Is Jenny a blonde? Be nice, Dave. Play nice. Yeah. Okay, just kidding. Gotcha. So, he's a great heel. I just don't care about him. Fair enough. Hey, Jenny gave respect. Jenny paid respect where it was due. Then said she didn't care for him. You know what? This is off topic, but I have that feeling about bands. I have my favorites, and I have bands that I've loved my entire life, and bands that I like today. A few of them today. But a band like Pink Floyd, I respect what they've done. I appreciate their contribution. They've made some amazing albums that will stand the test of time long after you and I are gone, long after our grandkids are gone. People will still be talking about Pink Floyd. But I'm not into it. Do you know what I'm saying? I can pay respect to it. I can recognize their achievements in the business, in the music business, and for the impact they've had. I just am not a Pink Floyd fan. It's no disrespect. Great musicians, great songwriting. I can't get into it. You see what I'm saying? Just saying. The Beatles were overrated. We're going to pretend you didn't say that, Jason, because we don't want to lose you as a friend. And I don't want to have to punch you. Trust me, I'll make you sell it. Beatles, my all-time favorite band of all time. My son's middle name is Lennon, okay? Just saying. That's how much of a fan I am. Let's don't get off too much on music, even though I love talking about it. We need Shinsuke more involved in the main roster. Shinsuke is pretty involved at this point. Do you think Shinsuke, I'll throw this back to you, James. Do you think Shinsuke and AJ are done? You think that story's done? Do you think it stretched too long? A lot of people say it lasted too long. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm a Metallica fan. What's up? Jason gets an angry face. Hit it, Jim. Yes, that's good stuff. Thanks, Doug, for loving the shirt. I love the shirt as well. You know what's funny is a friend of mine texted me a picture, and it was him wearing this shirt. He's like, look what I got. So I texted him a picture right back, and I said, look what I got. It's fun stuff. Joe's a great wrestler and definitely deserves runs to be champion, just not now. AJ Styles has been a great champion and has earned the company a lot of money. Can't argue with either one of those points, but here's my, RJ, right? Here's my point back to you, RJ. If not now, when? Has there been a better time to put the title on Joe? I don't think there is. I don't think there has been. Joe would have an uphill battle on Raw. He did. A lot of top guys on Raw, right? Not so many top guys on SmackDown. So he's got a better shot at the WWE Championship on SmackDown. And I think he should have it. That's me talking. It is perfect time. Danny says it's perfect time. I agree totally. How's Ric Flair's health? I think he's fine. I don't know for sure, Corey. I don't have any idea personally for sure, but I think he's okay. I haven't heard anything to the contrary. Has anyone else heard anything to the contrary? Let's see. The sound effects brought to you by Tom Clark's Main Event. There you go. So, I don't know who I have for this. I say let Joe have it. He's earned it. You're not letting him have it. He's earned it. Let's move on to a match that you may or may not want to talk about, but it's on the card. We have to talk about it. Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins versus the Riot Squad. Someone just asked about Becky and Charlotte. We're going to get to that next. I promise you. So, over under 6 minutes on the Bella Twins turning on Ronda Rousey in this match. Who on the planet doesn't see this coming? Legit. Who doesn't see this coming? This is like the worst kept secret in the history of professional wrestling. Other than it's predetermined. I mean, dude, it's so going to happen. It's the only thing that could happen. Oh my God. They are going to turn on Ronda and you know, Bree's going to stiff her and stuff. I'm playing relax. I had to do that. Corey loves him some Bellas. Corey's the only one. Corey, you're on an island, my friend. I'm playing. I tease. Relax. Liv is cleared to wrestle, Jim. That's the latest. She's cleared to compete. She'll be there. Yeah, she's good. So yeah. But the Bellas are going to turn on Ronda. Don't know if it'll happen tomorrow. It's going to happen. Dude, come on. They're so going to destroy her. Leave her for dead and make a statement. And then it supposedly will be Nikki versus Ronda at Evolution. By the way, isn't it funny how the Evolution card has yet to be fully booked? You know what I'm saying? Again, they've screwed this up with Evolution, in my humble opinion. Maybe they'll pull it off and it'll be fine. But I think the preparation for this, which has been non-existent, has been nothing short of embarrassing for this company. Just me talking. Does Natalya come out to help Rousey? Danny, I believe that just as I think the Bellas will turn, I think if they don't, if WWE decides to keep them babyface for some odd reason, Natalya would be the one to turn on her. How's about that? Maybe the three of them together would turn on her. I don't know. It'd be like a trio. But of course, do you need two trios, two heel factions, female heel factions on Raw? Yeah, might be a bit much. Let's see. Someone just said, can we talk about Ray? We can, Corey. What you want to know about Ray? Ray's coming back. I would be shocked if he didn't come back at SmackDown 1000. I think that's when he'll be back. That's me talking. I don't think the tournament will happen tomorrow, Jose says. You might be right, Jose. Or it could be No Way Jose. Never heard that one before, have you? Only every day, Tom. That's what you're saying to me, right? Only every day. Someone just said, RJ and Corey are on the same island, loving the Bellas. There you go. I'm kidding. Relax. Everyone relax. Let's see. Cena and Lashley versus Owens and Elias. I just don't get it. Where'd this come from and why? Well, they need a spot on the card, Carl. That's hard to say. Carl with a K. They need a spot on the card. Book them. We'll get to that match. I'm not ignoring you. We're just going to keep going down the line. So, someone just said, can we talk about Dean Ambrose? We did, Jonathan. Jonathan's late to the party. Everyone boo and hiss Jonathan for being late. To the party, Jonathan. I'm playing. Relax. No disrespect. Yeah, we just talked about Dean. We can talk about him later if you want to. Is Triple H ruining the WWE? I don't get that. Someone just asked that. I don't get that at all. Sorry. Yeah, I disagree. I don't think the answer is no. Yeah, so do I think Shawn Michaels will do one more match? Unfortunately, yes. Don't want to see it. I think he will. That's just me talking. Let's see. So we can move on if you want. Ronda and the Bellas versus Riot Squad. Good for the Riot Squad getting as much time as they're getting. It's good for them. They're getting better. Do you hear that? Getting better. They're getting better. Better? Yes. All right. Someone mentioned Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Let's go ahead and hit that if we shall. Okay. So how are we feeling about Charlotte and Becky? Becky continues to be all kinds of upset at Charlotte, even though she's beat her, even though she proved her point, even though she didn't have to cheat to win, even though she beat her fair and square, even though she proved she's on the same level, even though she did all these things, she continues to rub salt in the wound, and WWE wants you to feel all kinds of bad for Charlotte. Problem is you don't, and you still love Becky because it's not working. And anyone that tells you the company doesn't care about heel and babyface is lying to you. Please don't fall for it. You heard it here first or second. I don't know. But you heard it here. They're lying to you. They're working you. Don't believe a word of that. The company desperately cares that you care about heels and faces. If they didn't, Roman wouldn't constantly be booked against heels. And he wouldn't constantly be put in situations in which you are forced to cheer for him. Yes, the company cares. Don't be fooled. They care. Okay? Let's see. They're turning Becky into the female Stone Cold. Jason, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I disagree. Everyone says that. And it's become the tagline. And Becky herself commented and said that it was an amazing comparison and she loved that and she was honored. At the same time, I don't know if I'm feeling that right now. It was a much different situations, apples and oranges. Or maybe, two different color apples, perhaps. I'll give you that. But I think it's something different. I think Becky's trying to be heel. Austin did in the beginning, but after a while, the company said, you know what, screw it, just go be face. Let's book them against heels because the company wants it. The fans want it anyway. They're not doing that with Becky. See what I'm saying? They're still booking Becky against baby faces and in direct opposition of baby faces. So that's a problem to the theory that she's going to be Stone Cold. I don't know. Maybe you'll end up being right and I'm dead wrong. But I don't know if I see that. It's just me. Let's see. We have so many tag matches. It seems they're trying to squeeze so much into this to get it on the card, right? Have you watched New Japan? That's all they do is tag matches, man. Because they want to get everyone on the card. I get your point. You're right. Someone just mentioned, thank you, Linda, for loving the shirt. Someone just mentioned Punishment Martinez coming to NXT. I interviewed Punishment Martinez here on the show. Go listen to it. I can't remember what number it was. It's under the number 100 mark. If you haven't subscribed to the show, do so on iTunes. Leave me a review on iTunes. I don't have hardly any reviews. because people just want to be all like that about it. Please leave me a review. That'd be awesome of you, and I'd greatly appreciate it, please, and thank you. I did interview Punishment Martinez. Good interview. Nice guy. Very focused. I think it's a good move for NXT. It's a good move for him. Let's see. Oh, sound effects, folks. I got them all the time on my desk here. So yeah, I'm all for it. I think he'll be a good addition. NJPW is the best wrestling on the planet, says Dave. Dave's all about him some New Japan. NXT coming to Linda's hometown. Go see NXT. I haven't been to see NXT show yet, but I want to. That'll be the next goal. After seeing WWE again live and then going to see my first Ring of Honor show in January, I would love to see NXT show as well. So, Charlotte and Becky, what's your final word on that? Who's winning and why? Becky's winning. Safe to say. Someone just said, how do I think they're going to rebrand Bray Wyatt? Like I said before, I think just do a tweak on the character. Just tweak it. Keep the overall same premise, but do something a little different, but keep the idea the same as they've done with Undertaker over the years. Let's see. Becky. Someone says Becky. Becky needs to win to stay popular. Corey brings up an interesting point. Is Becky only popular because she turned on Charlotte? I mean, fans loved her anyway. At one time, Becky was out popping every girl on that show. She was. Legit. With or without the title. That's the truth. Okay? But that's a good point. Good question. You guys debate it. I don't know. I've thought about that myself, actually. Which is testament to how strong of a character Charlotte is. Even though she's supposed to be babyface, she still she's polarizing. Whether she meant to be or not, she is. And I think that's cause for Becky's popularity at this point. Becky needs this for her to grow as a wrestler. Let's face it, Raw Women's Division is good as SmackDown. Are the women's tag team belts be defended on all shows? Is the true? I don't know. Herbie. What's up, Herbie? I don't know. There's no such thing as I think we just lost connection. Man, there's some weird stuff going on online today, man. It's odd. My apologies if you lost me for a second or if I froze. A lot of stuff going on about tag team division. Dude, the belts don't even exist yet. So before we start booking the tag team matches for women's division, let's let them actually announce it first. Do I think it can happen in Evolution? Sure. Until I hear it, I'll believe when I see it. Can I be honest with you? That's me talking. Let's see, what else you got? Baker remain champ to keep the heel thing going. Yep, I think you're right. Let's get to the next match, shall we? Someone mentioned Cena and Lashley versus Owens and Elias. Why is this happening, Tom? Why? My God, why? Let's talk about it, shall we? Oh, there we go. Will Cena win the best one more time? Ray, I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. Win the belt one more time, I'm assuming. Let's hope not. I don't want John to break the record. I think that Flair owns that record. He deserves to own it. I don't think anyone should ever break it. John Tatum shouldn't break it. That's me talking. So let's talk about this. It is a throwaway match. I can't argue that at all. It is a throwaway match. You know, the idea of John and Lashley together looks good on paper. At one point, looked really good on paper. But versus Kevin Owens and Elias, you know, John doesn't have heat with Elias right now. Right? So he needs to start getting some heat with Elias. He needs to start showing up. Actually, he didn't show up. He hasn't been around. They couldn't have brought him back up to TV one time. Not one time. Not one time. For Super Showdown. The Monday before. Come on. It's a 5-minute spot in the ring. That's it. But nope, couldn't do it. Interesting. Which makes you wonder how he is coming in. I don't know. If he came in with any kind of drastic changes, I'd be truly shocked by this. It's just me talking. Let's see. S.C. Lewis. This dude looks like Grimm. If he ever had an older brother. I don't know what that means. Who's Grimm? Sorry. I have no clue. And I don't know who you're talking about. Why can't people just be nice? Why won't Cena break the record? Because he shouldn't, Ray. My opinion. That's Flair's record. Leave it alone. How many of you wish you could go back and delete Brock Lesnar breaking the streak? I mean, knowing what we know now, should Brock have broken this? Did he need to? The answer is no. It didn't need to happen. We said it then, but we also said, at least I did, a lot of you probably did too, let's wait and see what they do with this. They didn't do anything with it. He didn't. Nothing came of it. Nothing came of it. Am I wrong? Nothing came of it. Roman should have broke the streak. If you're going to put Roman over on Taker clean at WrestleMania, then he should have broke the streak. I'm sorry. I don't know. I have a hard time with that. Can you tell? Let's see. Oh, okay. He says a YouTube guy that collects action figures. I've heard that before. Isn't that funny? Hopefully he's a nice guy. Because, I'm not. So, okay, I'm playing. Let's see. Roman will keep the belt. Well, he's not going to defend it tomorrow. You can be sure he's going to keep the belt tomorrow, Shane. So, let's see. Everyone's telling RJ he's right. Jose, talking about New Day. We're going to get to New Day. Relax. It's way easier for New Age wrestlers to break records, Carl with a K says, as there's way more pay-per-views now than ever. Wow, Carl with a K has an excellent point. That's a good point. And easier now, too, because the territory days are long over. You know what I mean? It's harder to have records back in those days. Easier now. There's one guy calling the shots. Not an NWA Board of Commissioners. Board of Directors. The NWA Board. There you go. Not happening. So, yeah, easier today. I would submit. Sure, I agree with that 100%. Let's see. Evolution Faction Reboot. Batista Return. Batista's coming back for SmackDown 1000. And Evolution's going to come back to the show that they didn't even run on together. Isn't that odd? Just to be silly. Wyatt Family is coming back. Don't want to see it, Ricardo. It's just me. I think that they had a opportunity with Luke Harper and they blew it. It's not blown completely. He's still there. They could still do something. They just chose not to. Or it's bad timing. Maybe that's what it is. Plus, pairing him up against Randy Orton was tough. Hard to get over on Randy. Just saying. Let's see. Not a fan of Lesnar. I would pay money to see it. See, there you go, Andrew. There it is. Andrew just said it, folks. He's not a fan of Brock Lesnar, but he'd pay money to see it. There you go. I think that answers a lot, and that's a huge statement right there. So, do we care about who wins with Cena and Lashley versus Owens and Elias? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? Yeah, I don't care either. John's going to debut his new move, which, by the way, is ridiculous. It's another move that you shouldn't be selling, but they're going to sell it because it's John Cena. I'll leave it up to you. Go look it up. Let's move on down the card, folks. We are midway through the card. 10 matches. 10 matches. This show's going to take all morning. Hope you're off tomorrow. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Hui. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Has this gone on too long? Should this have been one and done at SummerSlam? I'm just asking. I don't know. I dare say that people aren't as high on this as they were in the beginning. I don't know. Aaron just said, I guess that he's picking Daniel Bryan to win. Daniel Bryan gets a lot of heat, unnecessarily, in my opinion. Daniel gets a lot of nonsense thrown at him for various different reasons. Well, Daniel, he's not the same guy he was before. I don't think you can argue with his ability in the ring. He looks good in the ring. He has for a long time. He still looks fine to me. He's cooled off, which probably is through no fault of his own. It's how he's booked. But make no mistake about it. If the groundswell of support happened again with Bryan, as it did the first time, Bryan would become the most popular guy in that company again. I'm sorry, he would. I think a lot's happened since then, and I think it all comes down to we know Bryan now, and we like him, but we know he's married to Brie, and that brings a whole other dose of reality television with it a lot of people don't care about. I'm not saying that it's hurt him. I'm not suggesting it's hurt him. At the same time, I do think it's impacted his character to a certain extent. Bryan's going to win. He's still a top draw on SmackDown and has great matches. The only concern is will his body hold up. I think he's fine, Dave. To your point, I think he's fine. Let's see. They need to have Bryan win, let them move on to the new feud, stop letting Miz cheat to win every match against him. But that's what he does, man. Miz is a heel. Heels cheat to win. Win if you can, lose if you must. Always cheat. Bryan and Miz need a last man standing match to end the feud. Carl with a K says, good point. I like that call. Better than a Hell in a Cell. Because Hell in a Cell evidently ends nothing. Cage matches don't end anything. Do you hear the bird? So I have a second podcast that I have with my 10-year-old. We call it Tom Clark's 30-Minute Fun Show. And the first episode we did up here in the studio. And there was a bird outside chirping. And we called the first episode One Happy Bird. So every episode after that's been in the car. Isn't that funny? It wasn't done by design. It just so happens that way. Anyway, nice throwback there. Yes, that was a Jesse the Body line. Thank you very much, Dave. I'm the only one that hears Kill the Wabbit when he comes out. Come on, I can't be the only one that likes Bugs Bunny. And no, Noah, you're not. I, too, am a Bugs Bunny fan. I'm actually more of a Daffy fan. I think we've lost connection again. There's some odd stuff. It's the bird. There's a whole flock of them outside the window, and they're wreaking havoc on the power lines. Maybe that's what's happening. Mrs. Money, probably best heel going right now. Paul has a point. Jason says, I still don't like Miz, and it really pains me. I actually agree with him on some points because then I think he'll froze over. Well, that's his point. That's the point. A heel's job is to make you second guess the truth. That's his job. I think a compelling heel's job is to make you second guess the truth. A heel's job is to make you hate him. A good heel, a trained heel, if you will, is to make you second guess the truth. To make you stop and go, wait a minute, is he right? See what I'm saying? That's the kind of heels they have in the Marvel Universe. Marvel Cinematic Universe, I should say. That's the kind of heels they have where the villain, the primary antagonist, you hate the guy until you see his backstory. And then you go, ooh, maybe he has a point, right? Kind of the same thing in my opinion. What is Hulk Hogan's role in WWE? He doesn't have one right now, to my knowledge. Doesn't have one. He's in the Hall of Fame. That's it. See, someone else, Angel just said, I look like Heel Ambrose. I got too much hair for that. I have hair at my age. I'm going to keep it as long as I can. I'm pretty happy I have this much. Can I be honest with you? I see no bald spot happening. And no, the headphones aren't covering it up. Be nice. I've been called much worse there, Angel. So it's totally cool with me. Moving right along. I guess. SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The New Day versus The Bar. We don't just set the bar. We are the bar. There's my big fat thumb for you, which is scarred up for various different reasons. That is the reason let's see. Slam Me for Longest Feud goes to Daniel versus Miz. Thank you, Jim, for that one. I like that. So, moving on. How do we feel right now about The New Day versus The Bar? Going to be a good match. I think if any match has a possibility of stealing the show at Super Showdown, it could be this one. That's me talking. What is my dream match for Evolution pay-per-view, and who are you looking forward to seeing? My dream match for Evolution. Well, it's not going to happen, but my dream match is Charlotte versus Ronda, which is going to happen at WrestleMania 35. I think it'll be the main event. It's me talking. I don't know. That's a good question. But someone just said, not trying to dodge your question. I'm just saying I don't really have a lot for you on that right now. The New Day retains. Yes, I think so too. Tag team wrestling is boring. Come on, Bobby. If you want to say the way the WWE books it right now is boring, sure. But don't tell me tag team wrestling is boring, because I got some legendary tag teams that would probably disagree with you on that, who made a lot of money for themselves and for their respective companies, in full disagreement with that. Jenny says, I like the New Day. I do as well. The Super Showdown, Andrew just asked, is going to be in the States. I think the start time is 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 a.m. I believe is the start time, because it will be live. Let's see. 5:30, Ricardo says. I stand corrected then. Okay. Do I think that it'll be with Simon Mercedes Martinez? They already have, right? I mean, technically, she's in NXT to some kind of contract, I suppose, right? Temporary or otherwise. Yes, I do think that she'll be there. I don't know how they couldn't sign her full time. I think she'll be in the mix. Absolutely. So yeah, I think the New Day retains here. Not a lot to say about this unless you guys just want to really discuss it. Anything else you want to say? Let's see. Tag team wrestling can be boring in the face. Always get stuck in the heel corner until the hot tag is made. So, yeah, well, that's how you run tag team wrestling, though. You build the heat for the match. You build anticipation of the hot tag. That's how you run tag team matches. For better or worse, that's how it's done. It's how it's been done for years. You can tweak the format, and you can play with it a little bit. Andrew, thanks for hanging out. Everyone tell Andrew bye. Thanks for hanging out, yeah. Appreciate you watching the show. New Day is getting boring. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Dave thinks New Day is getting boring. I don't know how I feel about that. I love New Day. I'm sorry. I wish that Roman would become a heel with Ambrose and turn on Seth. That would be a great surprise. That'd be interesting, Herbie. Don't think it's going to happen. That's just me. The interesting storyline, to be sure. Dave says bye. Dave's saying bye to Andrew. So funny. I feel like I'm hurting up a group of kids. No disrespect meant. I'm just saying that's what it kind of feels like. All right, you kids play together now, and everyone be nice to each other and tell him bye. His mother's here to pick him up. It's funny. So yeah, I don't really have anything else on that. New Day in the bar. I think New Day retains. How's about this? Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics with two eyes. This is going to sound like hate being thrown by yours truly. I don't mean it to. I don't care if the Iconics thing. I've seen it. I've seen it a bunch over the years. I saw it with the beautiful people. I saw it with Lay Cool. I don't need to see it again. It's boring in my opinion. It's cheap heat. No such thing as cheap heat, right? Cheap in terms of it's been done before. Can we just move on and do something else now? I've seen it. I don't care about it. I think both of them have an opportunity, and I think both of them are talented enough. But I feel like it's just you're just going down the same road again. And I will tell you this: when the Iconics are done, someone else will do it again. That's what they do. It's the same gimmick. It's retread. Probably more than 3 times by now. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. They come out and they laugh, and they snicker, and then they lose the match. So it's all done for nothing. That's another part of their presentation that bugs the crap out of me. Can't help it. Let's see. What else we got here? Iconics suck, just an Australian version of the beautiful people, and they aren't even close to as good as they were. I think on the small scale, the Iconics gimmick works. On the big scale, main event stage of WWE, I'm just not feeling it. If that's hate, I'm sorry. I don't mean it to be. I can tell you for sure, I think they both have potential. I'm just not feeling the gimmick at all. I just don't. It's not intriguing to me in the slightest. Not a bit. It's phony. Do you know what I'm saying? It's phony. It feels orchestrated. It feels rehearsed. It feels produced. It feels like they go over the lines before they come through the curtain, which they probably are. I don't know. It just feels, I guess produce is the word. It just feels too produced. It's like, oh God, stop. You know what I mean? I don't know. Sorry, nothing iconic about them. I'm sorry, I agree. Let's see. Dave says, how do you feel about Rude and Gable tag team? I think it's something to keep both these guys occupied, and I think that Bobby Roode should have spent a little bit more time in NXT. Nothing that he's done wrong. He's just following what he's getting booked to do. So, yeah, but I think that he has serious potential, like a lot of others do, but the booking is all wrong. That's me talking. Wrestling is phony, so all of it is. Jason trying to be smart. Jason being a Mr. Smarty. Jason woke up and put his smarty pants on this morning, didn't he? Yeah, he did. No, I get what you're saying. But, yeah, okay. Don't miss my point here. I'm just, phony to the point of being ridiculous is what I guess I'm saying. I'm just playing with you, man. Relax. Let's see. Jim says Peyton and Billy are better wrestlers than what they're being given to do, and it's sad. A lot of people are, man. Do I think Velvet Sky will join WWE? I don't think she needs to. Would I like to see her there? Sure. Talented. I mean, she's caught a fair amount of crap over the years. Some of it she caught from me in TNA when she did nothing but, for lack of a better term, she would grind on the second rope, on the middle rope. And remember she would point the cameraman to shoot her from behind as she's doing that. And I'm like, are we really doing this? Is this... And, dressing like a stripper in the ring and stuff, To me, yes, I get it. I know what you're thinking. It's their character, Tom. What's your problem? Don't be a prude. I'm not trying to be. I'm just saying, for me, I just didn't... I'm like, can we just get to the match now? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I have a problem with ridiculousness in all forms, and I don't suffer it lightly. That's just me. Will Velveteen Dream get a call up? You better believe it, Ray. And Velveteen's going to make some money when he gets there. They have screwed up before. How you screw up a guy that doesn't need to win, a guy that doesn't need a title, is beyond me. However, having said that, they screwed up Bray pretty good for a long time. Bray doesn't need a belt. He doesn't need to win. They screw him up a lot. So, can they screw up Dream? Absolutely. Do I hope they do? Absolutely not. I want to see Dream be successful. He can do it. They have to give him the tools with which to do it. What do I think about Brie hurting other wrestlers? I don't think any of it's intentional. I think stuff happens. I think that I'm not saying she's careless. I think that when there's a pattern developing, that something needs to be done. Their conversation needs to be had. And you can guarantee someone behind the scenes at WWE has had a conversation with Brie Bella in terms of her safety in the ring. I guarantee it. It won't make the headlines. You folks won't know about it. Neither will I, probably. I guarantee you a conversation's been had at some point on some level. Whether it was a whisper or shut the door and let's sit down and talk, or a phone call. Something's happened. I guarantee it. Someone just said, I'm a genius. I don't know what am I a genius for. Thanks, Ray. Again, been called much worse. So yes, do you think WWE will create a separate organization for the female wrestlers? In other words, a separate show? I don't think it's a good idea. Here's why. They've had a hard time selling tickets to Sell Out Evolution. And I don't like that. I'm not happy about it. It doesn't make me happy to say it out loud, but it's reality. And because it's reality, I would have to sit here and tell you straight up, I think giving the women their own program's probably not the best idea. Have they earned it? Sure. Do they deserve it? Absolutely. Should it happen? Probably not. That's me. Yeah, I just, you know what I mean? I think there was a time when they were really rolling with the women first this, first that and stuff. There was a time for that kind of talk, and I think now maybe it's past. And I hope I'm wrong, and I don't think anything bad's going to happen from all this. But I just think that there's a point to be made here that, in their haste to make it the first this, the first that maybe it's been a little bit overexposure. Of course, this coming from the guy that would sit back to the Attitude Era and hate on the bra and panties matches and hate the lingerie matches and hate the mud matches, the gravy boat matches, because it was all nonsense. And I wanted to see wrestling. So for me to say now they're overexposed is kind of hypocrisy at the highest level. So if it's a choice between too much exposure and what they were doing before, I'll take this all day and twice on Sunday. I wish they could find a happy medium, but I don't know if they can. But I'll take what they're giving me right now. It's fine. Let's see. The Bellas are still divas while the rest of the women are wrestlers. And I think that they are making that point themselves as a company, Noah. That's me. Dave says, can't wait for Evolution. I agree with Dave. I'm anxious to see it because I'm going to tell you right now, if you think that we're the only ones talking about the fact that the Evolution tickets haven't sold out yet, if you think that we're the only ones talking about the Evolution booking has sucked up till now, if you think we're the only ones talking about it, you, my friend, are dead wrong. Because you know who else is talking about it? All the women behind the curtain. On all three brands. They're all talking about it right now as we speak. So who has the most to prove at Evolution? those same women. They're going to tear the house down. They're going to tear the house down. Every match. I'm not playing. I think that you will see the women who you kind of are half and half on, like, I don't know, they're going to impress. They're going to show up. They're going to bring it. Evolution is going to be something to watch. I'm telling you right now. You have one shot. Not to quote Eminem here, relax. You have one shot. You have one opportunity to prove that you can do it. You got one chance, all you got. Just imagine that. In whatever your respective field is, whatever you choose to do for a living, the boss comes up and says, today's your one chance. You prove it today or you're gone tomorrow. They're going to prove it. I'm telling you right now, I'll be shocked if any of those matches were below 4 stars. Shocked. That's me. Let's see. Bliss versus Trish. That's a dream. Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. I just fear Stephanie make the show all about her. Dave, preach. Dave bringing some truth. Making it rain like Okada, baby. I have that fear as well. Stephanie's going to come out and kick off Evolution with that whiny, screechy voice, nails on a chalkboard thing that she does. I mean, she makes Vicky Guerrero sound like Marilyn Monroe. That's saying something, okay? Yeah. So let her have her little spot at the beginning and then put her in the back and shut up. Just shut up. I want to say something else. Almost said it. Didn't say it. Don't want to get kicked off the air. Oh my God, that would have been epic. Highest rated show of all time. So, see. Alan just said, I think they missed a huge moment regardless of Bayley versus Sasha. I agree totally. Steph win the Battle Royal. Oh my God. God help us all. We got one more match. Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy. I think Buddy wins the belt. That's me. I think the title change would make more sense on 205 Live. However, I think that Buddy wins the belt. I think that this match... Okay, you want to talk about stealing the show? Yeah. Shut up. This also has potential to steal the show. These guys have great chemistry together. I'm telling you right now. And I think that they're going to put on the match of their rivalry to this point. I think it's going to be good. They just said it's Buddy's time. I agree. Jenny says, I think if they started giving some other women big pushes, like they do with the same ones over and over again, they'd be better. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. There is a spotlight that the WWE shines on a handful of men and women at this point, which is good. And they shine it on them continuously week after week after week, month after month after month. And they do, and that's the truth. I see your point. I agree with it, totally. Let's see. Buddy win the belt in Australia would help 205 Live. Oh my God. Good point, Jim. Well done, my friend. He is from Melbourne. Carl with the K says, well done, Carl. Stephanie's voice is so annoying, but she's a great heel. Yeah, she is, but yeah, okay. Everyone booed Jenny. I didn't tell them to, Jenny. I didn't tell them to do it this time, okay? Yeah, so what female would you like to see get pushed? I think Ember Moon is much more capable than what she's being allowed to do, to be honest with you. I don't think her gimmick has helped her in the long run, in the long term for her career. I don't think it's helped her. I don't think it's helped that they expose her gimmick as often as they do. They had to tell you she's from Texas. They showed you her mom and dad. Again, WWE takes a mysterious, got the red eyes and they just screw it up because that's what they do, right? They have to show you. The front page right now at WWE.com is Braun Strowman and his mom and dad, and he's smiling. It's supposed to be a top heel, and he's smiling with his mom and dad. Oy vey, folks, is all I can say to that. Who am I most looking forward to? No one asked me this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Who am I most looking forward to in terms of the women getting a chance? Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is so good, folks. Kairi Sane has those intangibles that you don't learn in wrestling school in the first 6 months. They come with time, attention to detail, knowing where you're at in the ring, full understanding of what she's capable of between the ropes, comfortable in her own skin. These are things that come with time and experience. That's what Kari has. I'm looking forward to that. Alan says kayfabe is dead. Alan, you have not proclaimed something that we all didn't know, my friend. We all know it. For sure. We're all very aware of that. And we're all sad about it too. I am, especially. Let's see. Who do I think will turn heel in Australia? I don't know if anyone will, Matthew Allen Jackson. Matthew, I heard the line one time that, let's see, serial killers and assassins, all three names are used. Right? Well, how does it go? There's an old joke. Anyway, it's not really a joke. It's not very funny, is it? But like, Lee Harvey Oswald. Even though Oswald didn't kill Kennedy. Don't get me started on that, folks. I'm just saying, the truth is out there. The truth is out there. I want to believe. You want to know how I believe that? I want to believe. Sorry, nerd. I can't help it. So, yeah, let's see. What else are we doing? Dude, it's going on like an hour and 20 minutes at this point. We tend to get long-winded here on the show, but we just have so much fun talking. Let's do a quick little Q&A. If there's anything you want to talk about that maybe is not related to Super Showdown or is related to Super Showdown, hit me. Mary says, I hope they get rid of Corbin. Mary, are you and I friends on the Facebook? I've not said this at all during the course of the program this time. I'm going to say it now, so brace yourself. If we are not friends on Facebook, I will be your friend. So you're probably going to have a hard time finding me. I may have a difficult time finding you, but this is real easy if you play it my way. Send a message to Wrestling Rumors Messenger and say, hey, Tom, what's up? Be my friend, pal. And I will be your friend. I will send you a friend request. Just accept it, and we're all good. Sound good? Sounds great. So there you are. Let's see. Yeah, don't ask about her. Hopefully we got rid of her. I'm not even going to say her name again. Corbin is freaking awesome, says Dave Ross. Dave, who evidently has been hitting the pipe this morning. Thanks, Corbin is awesome. Dave, we're here for you. This is an intervention. You need help, my friend. We all love and support you. Oh, that's good stuff. Get rid of Corey Graves, please. I'm not the biggest Corey Graves fan. I like him I don't like him as a character. I like him as the man behind the character. But Corey loves the sound of his own voice, which you have to if you're going to be in the commentating table, for sure. But I do think it goes too far at times. Let's see. I hope, let's see, what was it they said? Hope Rhonda. I missed it. Someone just sent me a friend request. I will respond, my friend, in due time. Let's see. Corey Graves annoys me, but knows how to call matches. Okay. Angel's obsessed with me being the heel Ambrose. Maybe Dean's turned heel already, and it's me. So, there again, I've been called much worse. Carl says, I miss JBL. One of my gigs, Carl with a K, over the low these past several years, I wrote for John Layfield. John had a website called the Layfield Report, and I was like the second or third guy he brought on board. We were friends on Facebook, and he sent out a call on Twitter to hit him on Facebook if anyone wanted an opportunity to write for him. So I sent him a message on Facebook, and I was like, hi, I'm Tom. I sent him my Bleacher. At the time, I was still with Bleacher Report. I sent him my BR profile, and he responded and said, Tom, I love Bleacher Report. I love your work. I know who you are, which was pretty cool. He's a pro wrestler. He could have been working me. You never know. He said, absolutely. I'm going to send you some information. He got me hooked up. I wrote for Layfield Report for the duration of the site's existence online. And the first time I got a check from him, it was a personal check with his signature at the bottom. That was pretty cool. Not because of the signature itself, but because it was just a cool moment. I took a photo of that picture and I kept it. I took a photo of the check and I kept it. Didn't keep the check. Cash that sucker. I'm just saying. But yeah, he emailed me and said, Tom, we're closing up the website. Wanted to thank you for your work and everything. And I'm like, I said, John, it's been an absolute pleasure. I appreciate it. And he thanked me and it was cool. But yeah, I missed that gig. That was a fun gig to have, man. That was cool. I don't think you can even find that stuff online anymore. I'm doubting it because they took the entire site down and everything. It's a shame. I saved the columns. I think I've got them on the hard drive of the other laptop, maybe. I try to save everything. I save everything I write to the hard drive, or I was for a long time, just in case anyone ever tried to cry plagiarism, which I don't do. I write my own material. So there you go. Enough about me. How you want to wrap up the show? Let's hit a few more and then we're going to split. Sound good? Sounds great. I got stuff to do today, as I'm sure you do as well. Let's see. I'm originally from Abilene, Texas. JBL graduate from Abilene Christian University. Will always be loyal to him. Nice, Robbie. He's a nice guy. He caused some grief over the Mauro Ranallo stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, if he's guilty of any of the stuff that they talked about with Mauro, if he is, shame on him. I'm saying it. Don't know if he is. I don't know the guy. I don't talk to him anymore, so I couldn't tell you if he. I don't know. If he was guilty of any of that stuff with Mauro, shame on him. I like Mauro a lot, and I think he's an asset to that company. Let's see. Stone Cold really training for Return of Crown Jewel. That's the rumor, Dave. Hope it's wrong. It's 2018. I don't think we need to go here again. The mystique of imagining Austin, of imagining Shawn back in the ring has been so much fun. Why ruin it now by actually doing it? That's kind of how I feel. What I hate about Graves is the way he'd be a little coach and how he'd be a little Saxton, but that's also coming from Vince. Well, he's a heel. He's color commentator. It's a difference. But he does make the commentary more about the arguments between him and the other guys than he does about the match itself, and that infuriates me. The Rock, RJ says, The Rock with 2 question marks. I guess you're talking about is The Rock coming back. He don't need to. They don't need him. For a payday, maybe. For them. To sell a house, sure. Well, I think it's going to happen now. Will Alberto Del Rio return? I'd be surprised if he did. I think they would acquiesce to Paige defer to Paige on this one. I think the conversation would have to be had with Paige. Paige, are you okay with him coming back? I don't think it's a good idea at this point. I think it's too much publicity they don't need or want. And I don't think they need Del Rio. I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Del Rio in the ring. I am. I was one of the guys that was a fan of his work in the ring when no one else was. If I can be honest, everyone was bashing him. I wasn't. I thought it was a good addition, but yeah, I just don't see it. Let's see. Austin could come back and win. Okay, sure. I'd love to see the old King of the Ring matches back. Yeah, because they made it like a recurring event on TV, which was really weird too, right? Yeah, I wasn't much down for that. I'd like to see it return to its glory days, sure. Although the whole King and Crown stuff's a bit silly. Although I just, for some reason, pictured Aleister Black wearing a crown. King Aleister. That's kind of interesting. I kind of like that. Okay, we're going to wrap it up here, folks. I don't know about banned from WWE. I don't know about that. I don't know. No one's really banned from WWE. There's a couple of exceptions, but no one's really banned. Everyone's got an opportunity to come back and do something, I would say. Unless they just burn so many bridges, there's nothing up to cross, you know. So here we go. Let's go ahead and wrap this sucker up. I'm going to tell you real quick where you can find me. As always, you can always find the show on boinkstudios.com. Please subscribe on iTunes. If you haven't done this yet, it would mean a lot to me if you would. I would greatly appreciate it. Go to iTunes and leave a review. Be sure to check out my other. I've got 2 other podcasts. One which has not been updated in quite a while, but we've got some good episodes on our belt. Tom and Kyle's Comedy Action Hour, which is me and a good friend of mine talking about wrestling, comic books, movies, TV, pop culture, all kinds of stuff. There's Tom Clark's 30-minute fun show with me and my son Wesley, which is fun as well, I think. So go check those out. Please leave a review. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, man. You guys are awesome. You come back every week, and it's cool. I thought I was going to have to postpone next Friday's show or cancel it because I have something coming up in my civilian life outside of this, which is so boring and mundane. I'm not even going to talk about it. But turns out, hopefully, it's all good on the Western Front, and we will be back here as always. If anything were to change, I'll hit you guys up on Facebook and let you know. So let's see. I think that's what I got for you. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Tom Clark Writes, WRITES. Dave says, let's do a Superman podcast. Interesting. Can I be honest with you? I'm actually contemplating doing a new show. And this one's not just wrestling, but all kinds of other stuff too. Sci-fi, pop culture, comic books, movies, music, TV. I would love to. I'm thinking about it. I'm contemplating it, as it were. So yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Tom Clark Writes, WRITES. Again, if we're not friends on the Facebook, leave your name, say hi to me in Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger, and I will go find you. I'll hunt you down like the dog that you are. That's not nice, isn't it? And I will send you a friend request. You accept that sucker and we'll be pals. Sound good? Sounds great. Let's see. Superman podcast. Invite Roman so he can Superman punch someone. As we've said before on the show, the Superman punch is a legit martial arts move. It's the real deal. If you wanted to, excuse me, got me choked up. If you wanted to, Roman could probably legit take your head off with that punch. I don't know why he would want to. Maybe for making fun of him, Dave. I'm playing. Relax. I'm all choked up. How'd you like that? That's what you do to me. Hey, Dave, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Listen, to everyone watching, I got regular folks that come back each and every week, and I appreciate your business. I really do. If you have friends that are wrestling fans, if they're on the Facebook with you, do me a favor, if you will. Tell them about the show. I'd love to have some more input. Be sure to check out my stuff on Wrestling Rumors. I've got 2 columns that I've posted in the past 2 days, and since you're here and we're going to wrap the show up, I'll tell you what they are. Why Dean Ambrose is the center of the Shield storyline on WWE Raw, and the column that posted today, Shawn Michaels, Other Legends at WWE Super Showdown, a sign of more to come? ? So please go check out those 2 columns. Thanks, RJ. Appreciate it, my man. Thanks for the love. Thanks, Angela. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Nick, thank you, my man. Everyone have a great one. That's all I got for you. Go check us out online, Wrestling Rumors. I'm also on the Sports Daily. Go check me out. Read my stuff. Let me know what you think. Let's hang out again next week, man. This is always a fun ride for yours truly. Come back again next week. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you next time on Tom Clark's Main Event.